Moments with Puz, brought to you by Get Your Ass to Work, something that everyone can enjoy. Now on to the show.
This is the Get Your Ass to Work podcast. How do people view you? How do people think of you after they've had a confrontation with you, a meeting, a run-into? Do the people who are standing behind you in line at Home Depot leave there thinking that they had a positive experience with you? Does the person who's the attendant at the gas station laugh and smile when you walk up? Do you know the name of your grocery clerk who you've seen for the last 5 years? And do they know you enough that they're glad to see you and they know your name? Do you remember their name? Do you call people by name who you see out in public? Reason why I'm bringing this up is because in life and in business, if you are the type of person who is conscious and makes an effort to make sure that everybody you come across has a positive experience with you, your business, your life, and just about everything else will be a downhill bicycle ride from there, with a little bit of hard-ass work and being in the right direction, doing the right things in the right order. Let me tell you, if you're doing the right things in the right order and you're working 1 million hours a week, but people don't want to be around you, and people typically respect you, people think that you're a hard worker, people think that the things you have accomplished are things that they also want to accomplish, but they don't necessarily like you. They don't necessarily feel like they would want to come in and have a conversation with you other than to just extract the value that they can get from you so that they can use on their own. You're going to be fighting one of the toughest uphill battles in life and in business you can possibly imagine. I'm talking about me, because I have done this for years. I have been the person that has been self-aware and self-conscious of what I'm doing to make sure that I'm not being rude to people. I'm the person who goes places and makes sure, typically, that I'm not being a person who's socially uncalibrated. But I'm not being the person who goes places and makes sure that people know who I am, they remember my name, I remember their name, and they have a positive experience. See, there's a difference between being a person who shows up somewhere and people typically don't have any reaction one way or another. Oh, that's just the guy who shows up for coffee in the morning. He's nice. There's a big difference between that and, no, that's Dan. He comes in every morning. He loves his coffee filled up to the top with a little bit of room for cream, and he's the nicest fucking guy we've ever met. We love having him come in here. I'll tell you, one is going to get you much further in life and in business than the other. And nobody has learned this lesson. Well, I can't say nobody, but I have learned this lesson over and over and over again, because I am typically the lazy-minded person who does not consciously give an effort to making sure that every single interaction I have with someone is going to be an interaction where the other person feels positive about what had happened. Now, this doesn't mean everyone will feel positive. Some people you can talk to, and no matter what you say or what you did, they're going to find a reason to be in a bad fucking mood. There's a lot of people like that. Sometimes that's me. Sometimes I'm in such a bad, foul mood that no matter what anybody says, I either ignore it or don't want to hear it or just walk right by and don't acknowledge them. Those type of people are definitely not the people you want to be, but those type of people, you can't control the outcome of the reaction that you get, but you can control the effort that you put in to making sure that you hope that they had a good reaction. It's like when you work at a restaurant or you've been at a restaurant and maybe you've been the complainer or maybe you're getting complained to. And let's just say you are complaining about something that came out late. Some food was cold. You found a hair in your salad. There was a fly in your soup, and you complain to the manager. The manager comes out and says, "Oh, well, we don't know how that happened. Well, we're going to give you 10% off your meal, and we're very sorry." Now, for most people, it's adequate. Thank you very much. The complaint was handled. As opposed to the manager who comes out and you leave that confrontation or you leave that situation as the next raving fan of that restaurant. Do you guys see the fucking difference? Do you get the point that I'm getting to? There are two ways you can have interactions with people. They can be your raving fucking fan, or you can just do the bare minimum. And most people in life are going to do at work, especially at work. They're going to do the bare minimum to just get by, to not get complaints, to pretend that they're happy so that they can go home and sit on their fucking couch. This is real. You see it everywhere. I mean, how many stores can you walk into where there are enough dumpy employees that you don't even want to go? And I can think of one of the stores offhand, and I'm just going to say it, Home Depot. How many times do I go to Home Depot and they just have dumpy employees walking around the place who just hate their lives and are miserable? And I'm not judging them, but I'll tell you what, that's been my experience probably 95 out of 100 times that I go there, and every once in a while there's a fucking rock star who's working in that store that takes their time to take you exactly to what you asked for, explains exactly what you need, and is patient and makes you feel great and tells you you're not stupid for not knowing what the fuck this wire goes into for this electrical socket. And they help you, and they say, if you have any more questions, come back. I will be here until 9 o'clock. Guys, that shit takes effort, man. It's not natural. Most people, when you go to Home Depot, they're going to say, oh, yeah, aisle 7. You're like, can you show me where it's at? And they're like, yeah, come with me. And then they point to it when they're halfway down the aisle, turn around, and walk away. Hey, I get it, man. Again, I'm not judging people because putting out that kind of energy into the world, it takes fucking effort. And some people have it so naturally, they're so gifted that it just flows from them. They just care automatically. But I'd say not the majority of us. There's a good number of people who are stuck right in the middle where you are not just naturally flowing with energy. But if you're going into business for yourself, if you're going into a business where you're going to be directly dealing with customers, which is like every fucking business, unless you're, an internet person online hidden behind a computer screen somewhere, you're going to have to develop these skills. And even if you are behind a computer screen somewhere, you've got to interact with people somewhere. And the better your interactions are, and the better you make people feel, the easier your life is going to be. And this isn't just for work. Okay, work is a big part of it, and it's the easiest example to use, but it's going to be everywhere in your life. So my point of today is to give myself a pep talk because I am the biggest fucking loser in this category all the time, is to make sure that every person you have an interaction with, you look at, you smile and say hi to the person who never looks at you as they pass you in the hallway. Make sure to get their attention. Ask them how their day is. This ain't easy shit if you're an introvert like me. It's fucking awkward. It is fucking awkward as fuck to say hi to people that you don't know for no reason, and you feel like a phony at first. You feel fake. You feel like, why am I doing this? But as you do it more and more, you get used to it. Just like the first day you strap on your running shoes and you're fat and out of shape and you're like, I'm going to go hit the streets. And you know everybody's judging you as you run down that street. Kids are yelling at you out the window. Dogs are barking at you. And you just know people are passing by in their car thinking, what the fuck is that fat ass out there doing running? They should be inside the house taking it easy, not stressing their knees. You know what I'm talking about. It feels awkward like that when you're not the natural person to just say hi to people. But if you can break through that barrier and become that person that does say hi to people, that person who does engage others, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're pissed off, even when you're in a bad mood. The saying goes, the honey will attract more bees than the vinegar. Well, it's fucking true. They didn't just make that up. You got to be that person. Watch your business explode. Watch your friendships explode. Watch your life instantly get better. Almost overnight, people will want to be around you because people, even negative assholes, like to be around positive people who say good things. And that's it for this evening. And we appreciate you guys tuning in. Be conscious of every interaction you have with every single person. And if you notice that you're in a bad mood, turn it around instantly. How do you do that? Be grateful. Give someone else some power if you don't have it in you to be in a good mood. You can be in a bad mood and still give someone else some positive energy. Hey, I really appreciate the fact that your apron is always clean every time I come into Starbucks and you're always smiling. You're awesome. That's it. That's all you got to fucking say. And watch the other person light up. Next time you come in, you're getting a fucking free coffee for no reason. I'm telling you people, this isn't fucking rocket science. And maybe I'm the only person around the world who has this problem. But I can tell you what, when I'm out in the world and I go out to different restaurants or I go to different stores and you're just out shopping for the day, start noticing people who are typically in a bad mood. They're all over the place. Now, they may not be rude and they may not say anything that is something you'd complain about, but they're not positive either. And those people are not getting fucking promoted. Those people are not getting opportunities. Those people are not magnetic. They are not influential. They are going to stay where they are at. It is much more likely that if you have mediocre work performance, but you have a great attitude, you're going to get 10 times further than the person with a mildly bad attitude, but an amazing work ethic. It just works that way in life. This is the Get Your Ass to Work podcast. Thank you for tuning in.